You've learned what it takes to win the Aviva Premiership. What's next for you to learn?
Well, now the thing I've got to learn is can you back it up? Is can we do it again? And obviously we learned from getting to one final that you can offer, even though you get to a final. So there's obviously a lot of good things in your game. You can still make mistakes in pre-season and the start of the next year, because and today everyone knows we didn't start this last season particularly well. So that was an interesting challenge for us, and we've kind of got to show we've learned something from there with how we start this season, which in itself is a little bit of a pressure situation. But I think on the whole we've just got to we should be improving as a side just through the experiences of playing in high pressure semi-finals, high pressure finals. We've got a lot of players who should be better players for going through that experience. And the exciting challenge for me, and one I've got to make sure we meet head on, is that we don't have players who go, "Oh, I've done it. That's the biggest part of my career, and I'll never get to that pinnacle again." They're the guys who are the biggest worry, but also the guys who'll give us the biggest strength if they actually roll their sleeves up and go, "No, that was great. I'm going to do it again." And that's going to be the battle right across the squad. Is can we shift ourselves, like I say, mentally and emotionally to the right area in time for the start of the Premiership season.
And finally, alongside that challenge, I guess people would look at the idea that you've won the Premiership now, so you could take a bit of focus off that and really gun for Europe. What do you say to that?
Well, I would say look at that pool and go, we've got a gun for it to even give ourselves a chance, and that's the way I want to approach it. We've got a pool with Glasgow, Montpellier, and Leinster in it, which is a tough pool. But as you've just said, we are currently the Premiership champions, and if we don't back ourselves to do well in that European competition, there's not a lot of point being in it. So we are going to go after it. But I would like to think that what we learnt last year is that we don't actually have to change that much. What we do will be successful in Europe if we do it well. And I think the mistakes we've made other times in Europe, especially in the early rounds, is we've gone okay in the Premiership, and then we kind of think we've got to do something a little bit different. Now I know the competition is tough and it's against tough sides, but it's tough really because you're playing against teams you don't play against that often. So there's a little bit of a change up there. But actually our game itself is pretty strong, and I hope what we've learnt is actually by playing our game very, very well, that can be successful in Europe. And I think what we've done before is mentally we've not quite twigged that. And that's the important thing for us to take, is to take our A game into Europe, not a different game. And I think that's going to be a nice challenge for us, and I hope one that we can hit pretty hard.